Are you confused about what you can and you can't claim when you're doing your tax return? Well, depending on your occupation, there may be some occupation-specific tax deductions that you can make. Hi, my name is Jodie Porteous and I'm the Chief Educator and Tax Agent at Northwest Accountancy. Today's video is all about what you can claim on your tax return. There's general claims like donations to charities, so you need that charity status to be able to claim it. Tax agent fees, so the fees for getting your tax returns done. Income protection insurance, and anyone can claim these costs, so they're not industry specific. But there are claims that you can make depending on the type of work that you do. And I've got 3 examples for you. So the first one is an electrician. So as an electrician, you generally have a boatload of tools or a ute load of tools that you will travel around to different work sites, whether that's your customers' work sites or to different offices that you're visiting back and forth from the workshop, for example. You can, if you're driving in your own vehicle, then you can claim the cost of these kilometers. So depending on how many kilometers you do, depends on how you can claim it. So you've got 2 ways to claim vehicles, and that's either a cents per kilometer method up to a maximum of 5,000 kilometers, or you can run a logbook and keep a copy of all of your costs for a 12-week period and then apportion them out for the whole year. So it's really important to keep records on that though, because if you don't have the records, then it'll be capped at the 5,000 kilometer limit. Other things that an electrician might be able to claim is your electrical license, so paying those fees to have your registration kept up to date. And of course, if you're buying any tools that you use on the job, then you can claim the cost of those as well. Let's talk about teachers. So teachers may be able to claim their travel only when they're traveling between schools, or if they've got some really heavy and bulky materials that they need to take from home to a classroom, for example. Generally, to and from home won't be tax deductible, even if you're carrying a laptop or a filing case every day. It has to be heavy and bulky, and you have to have that safe space at home and no safe place at school to keep those documents or that resources before you're able to claim that travel. What else can teachers claim? Well, teaching aids. So any books or resources that you are purchasing to then help teach your students are able to be claimed. Similarly, any seminars or conferences that you're attending, if you're in the teachers union, you can claim that cost as well as any other costs that are related to the excursions, the school camps, trips that you're doing with your students, those sorts of things. Now, let's talk about people who work on a mine site. So if you work on a mine site, you may be able to claim any licenses or tickets. You may be able to claim cost of hat or sunglasses if you're working predominantly outside. And as always with most employees, if you're wearing a work-related uniform, then you can claim the laundry on that work uniform. So it's really important to know that there are some things that you may be eligible to claim. And what happens is when you're claiming these against your income is what you're being paid for your job. Your tax deductions will reduce the total amount of income you have overall. And then what's happening is you're paying less tax overall. So you'll get a reduction in your income and then you'll pay less tax. Now, something that needs to be a reminder is just because you spend $100 doesn't mean you're getting $100 back as a refund. It's generally a percentage based on the tax rate that you have. So we're going to stick a link in for the different types of occupation-specific codes. And if your occupation is in there, I do recommend having a look and making sure that you're making the most of your claims to get as much refund back as you can. Now, one last thing to remember. If you're claiming a tax deduction, you need to be out of pocket by that amount. So your boss can't have paid you back for that cost. It must be a cost relating to your earning your income. So we can't claim for a cup of coffee if you're not actually generating any income from having that cup of coffee. And you also, lastly, need to have a record of proof of purchase in case you get audited. So those three things are really important, regardless of who you are and what you're claiming. You need to be able to prove that it's related to your income, and you must have paid for it out of pocket yourself. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. And of course, Northwest Accountants is here to help you lodge your tax return if you need help. Have a great day.